Welcome everybody to the landing in Renton, which is one of the many vibrant urban stops for the Route 120. But starting tomorrow, the F-Line, the 6th Metro Transit RapidRide will come into play. So we have a number of special guests here today to help us celebrate this occasion. You'll be hearing from the King County Executive Member Dave Updegrove, as well as the Honorable Council Member Updegrove, as well as the Honorable Mayor of Tukwila, Jim Hagerton. Also joining us today in this celebration are key supporters from the Federal Transit Administration who have made our RapidRide improvements possible. Thank you, Ken Feldman, Deputy Regional Administrator for the FDA. FTA, where's Ken? There he is. Thank you. Yeah. From also with us from Congressman Adam Smith's office, we have Deborah Entenman. Deborah, wherever you are, thank you. City of Burien, I know Cameron's here, City Manager, Cameron Garral. Where are you, Cameron? There you are. From the Boeing Company, we have Jesse Uman and some colleagues. All right, thank you. Federal Way City Council Member, Lydia Asefa Dawson. Yay! And also, we have some Renton officials here, including the Mayor, Dennis Law. So first, Councilmember Marcy Palmer also. Yeah, thank you. So first, I'd like to introduce our King County Executive, Dow Constantine.
Thank you, Harold. Well, it's a thrill to be here today to celebrate the launch of the newest RapidRide line in King County's bus rapid transit system, the F-Line, and to mark our clear success in delivering the RapidRide program in corridors around King County. We're already exceeding our ridership goals. We worked our way through the alphabet since 2010 when we launched the A-Line in Federal Way, and then the B-Line from Redmond to Bellevue, or vice versa, in 2011, the C and D lines in 2012, and the E line in 2014 in Seattle. And that brings us to Renton, where Route 140 transforms into the F line. We have set a 5-year goal of increasing ridership on the RapidRide corridors by 50%. So how are we doing? The A line ridership has grown by an astonishing 76%. B line ridership is already up 28%. The C line, to my home of West Seattle, up 70%. The D line ridership is up 39% just since 2012. And the E line that we opened just recently is already increasing ridership by 12% just since February. Now, you add in this, the F line, and the 6 lines will carry more than 50,000 riders across the county each weekday. Out of all of our many, many routes, these 6 routes will account for more, and perhaps far more, than 12% of Metro's 400,000 daily boardings. We couldn't do this without the close coordination and hard work of the 4 cities along this corridor. So thank you to the leaders of Burien and Tukwila and Renton and SeaTac for your help as we designed and built this service for our communities. And I saw Mayor Hagerton here and Mayor Law. Thank you for your leadership and that of the council members who've joined us here today. Let me be clear. Frequency is freedom. And the all-day frequency provided by RapidRide, especially every 10 minutes during peak hours, will help our communities connect to jobs, connect to commerce, and regional transportation hubs. The RapidRide bus rapid transit system was first approved by the voters in 2006, just about, about 7.5 years ago or so? 8 years ago? Not even that. When fully implemented, tomorrow, the program will consist of 113 buses in 6 corridors. These corridors create important travel opportunities and connections to other buses and to the light rail system and to the commuter rail system. And to our state ferries. Riders love the service, with continual customer satisfaction ratings of over 80%. I want to thank our federal and state partners. Their commitment and delivery of $121 million for capital improvements has made this program possible. In particular, yes, just for this RapidRide Line F, our friends at the Federal Transit Administration were able to provide us a grant for $18.5 million. Thank you for making today possible. Together with our local contribution of about $70 million for infrastructure and buses and an annual operating budget of $52 million, we are providing a transportation option with many enhanced amenities for riders across King County. Providing frequent service along this corridor allows King County's continued commitment to economic development and equity and social justice, with access to transit for those who need it. Nearly all of the F-line boardings will happen in census tracts that have a greater minority population than the county average and also a lower income than the county average. On this 12-mile route, you'll find 56 stops, 42 intersections that have transit priority, 12 locations with next bus arrival signs, 17 buses dedicated to serving this corridor. From the Burien Transit Center to our Tukwila Light Rail Station at the intersection of Tukwila and SeaTac, to South Center, to the commuter rail station, to the Renton Transit Center, and all the way to Renton Landing and the Boeing plant for workers who are getting to their jobs and back every day. The F-line is the first true east-west corridor for RapidRide, and we are excited by the linkages that it will provide to jobs, to the A-line, to CentralLink, and to Sounder. We know the riders will vote with their feet. We've seen it with the other lines, and RapidRide riders will show that again with the F-line. So please welcome a representative of this region, of this great county, our next speaker, King County Council Member Dave Updegrove.
Can I say I'm effing excited?
Yes.
You gonna get away with that?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, good afternoon. I'm very excited to be here. The sun is out. It's a good day, but we also have to recognize these are tough times for transit right now. We had a big global national recession that really hit the budget, and despite tremendous reforms and savings, as many of you know, we're facing a shortfall in Metro's budget. And the County Council is struggling with that, and as we move forward, there's a couple principles we're following. Number one, we need to balance our budget. Any proposal we adopt needs to make sure our financial plan balances out. The second thing we need to do is make sure that as we balance our budget, we do it in a way that's fair, that respects what we call our service guidelines, and we need to maximize the transit that we put on the street. That's why it's so exciting to be here celebrating a bright spot, and that's really what this is. The F-line, you heard all of the advantages of it touted by our executive. It is connecting Boeing. It's connecting this great economic center here. It's connecting light rail, and it connects to the Sounder. It also runs a lot, which I like, starting from 5 a.m., I think, until midnight. And during peak hours, it's every 10 minutes, which is just fantastic service for the people who use this route. And also, as was mentioned, it goes through one of the most diverse parts of our county and one of the most low-income parts of our county, where people really do rely on this bus service to get to school, seniors to get around, and people to get to work, folks who don't have cars. It is so, so important. One of the fun things about politics is you can take credit for things you didn't do. I'm the newest member of the King County Council. I joined the County Council this January, so I have the pleasure of basking in the success of those who came before us. King County Council Member Julia Patterson, who represented this area, and King County Council Member Reagan Dunn, who had a conflict today, who also represents part of Kent, really were your part of Renton mayor laws. How could I confuse the two? My two favorite cities. You're my favorite mayor of Renton, I think. But Councilmember Dunn and Councilmember Patterson, along with Executive Constantine, were the elected officials who really worked with Metro and worked with the cities. The cities were a tremendous partner. It takes a lot of effort to put it in. Things like the cities have to build the bus stops, the transit signals to line up, the fiber that the high-tech fiber that runs these instant boards that say when the bus is coming. So it was the city governments in Renton and Burien and Tukwila that had to lay the groundwork. So thank you for the work you did. But with that, I think it's great to be celebrating something so positive here in our community. And it's my pleasure to introduce another key partner representing the cities, the great mayor of the great city of Tukwila, not of Kent, of Tukwila. I don't like Tukwila as much as Renton. I only have one precinct in Tukwila. But I do love their mayor, Jim Hagerton.
Thank you, Dave. Yep. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, and welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure to have everybody here, and I acknowledge the elected officials that are here. Dow did a good job at that. And I'd like to tag on to a few of the comments of the two speakers before me. The cities of Burien, SeaTac, Tukwila, and Renton, as well as the other valley cities, form a regional partnership on many issues that's extremely important to this area. And in my opinion, South King County is the way of the future with all the development is going to occur. And we're all working hard to make that. We are in bad need of more east-west roadways and transit systems in the Green River Valley. We don't have enough. And in that regard, Tukwila has applied for a federal Tiger grant. We were back in D.C. 2 weeks ago, and with that application. And that Tiger grant is to extend Strander Boulevard through the commuter rail station to match up with Renton Southwest 27th, so we have another east-west corridor. And if we get the grant, and when that is completed, that will provide the RapidRide line with a better ingress and egress out of the commuter rail station. But Tukwila is a beneficiary of a lot of things because of our location. I gave a State of the City address to the council the first week of May. And in that, I identified a countdown of 10 to 1, the things that I considered most important of what's gone on the past year and what I'm looking forward to in the next year. One of those items related to location, location, location. And I think every one of the cities involved in RapidRide F-Line can say that same thing. The location in South King County is extremely critical, and there's a lot that we can gain from that. We're fortunate in Tukwila to have 3 stops of the RapidRide F. The Link Light Rail Station on Tukwila International Boulevard in South 154th. The new transit center that's currently under construction on Andover Park West, just east of the South Center Mall. And the commuter rail Amtrak station, which has got new platforms being built and a new parking lot, very, very beautiful landscape parking lot. And then it comes on to Renton from there, but we're all fortunate to have another method to get people across the valley, east and west, and especially with a RapidRide system. The RapidRide A line from Federal Way to Tukwila has been an overwhelming success, as stated by a King County executive. The F line will connect the major areas that I talked about. And let's look at a couple of these. Tukwila International Boulevard's Link Light Rail Station has 6,800 daily riders, with about 1,600 of those, 1,600, currently using Route 140, which will be the future F-line coming through that area. Tukwila's Transit Center is still under construction, but when it's completed this fall, it will likely have about 2,700 plus daily riders, with about 900 of those on the future F-line. So we're working hard to get that new transit center completed this year. The commuter rail station in Amtrak is a key pivotal point in this, as I mentioned before. But we've worked with Joni Earl, CEO of Sound Transit. I've talked to her on many occasions. She rides commuter rail from Tacoma to Seattle to work, and she talked about how very valuable that commuter rail station is located in Tukwila. It's one of the higher destination points in the entire valley coming north from Puyallup. So that's critical. The city of Tukwila is excited to see this important transit connection become a reality. I like seeing progress, and I like seeing the results of that progress. Thanks so much for having me here today.
Okay, before I close, I wanted to make a couple announcements. I made a mistake. I was remiss in not introducing a couple of folks, just flagging them. From Congressman Jim McDermott's office, we have Pete Mills. And the other very, very important person that I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Harold Taniguchi. I'm the director of King County Department of Transportation. Now, we're gonna close this part. Thank you, speakers, all the staff that were responsible. Wave your arms like this. Say, great job, everybody. We're going to have a photo session here, so enjoy the rest of the day. But those are the speakers and the dignitaries or whatever. Come on up for the photo op. All right, thank you, everyone.
All right, here we go. Looking good, guys. On 3, 1, 2, 3.